care about. Intact Insurance.
The new Hot Honey McCrispy.
It's giving fire. It's giving such a vibe. Buzzy, fire.
This is giving like buzzy.
But like fire. Buzzy fire. Your average weekly shop costs less at Walmart than at any other major grocery store. We save you time and money by price checking thousands of items so you don't have to.
You hear that, Jerry? We can stop now.
You can?
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
Keep allergies at bay. Check the pollen report before you step outside. A close call with a cruiser in this force of nature. We begin in the Netherlands, where work was being done to set up a makeshift dam while the original gets repaired. 2 Dutch military helicopters dropped large bags full of rocks to help construct the temporary dam in the city of Maastricht after heavy rain and high water levels led to a breach. If you are trying to escape the cold, going south will not necessarily lead you to warmer weather. Case in point, a hard freeze warning was in place for the city of Wilcox in Arizona on Monday as snow blanketed the city. Well, this could have gone a lot worse. An SUV was seen getting a little too close to a police cruiser in central Massachusetts on Sunday as a winter storm created icy and slick road conditions in the region.
These are the scenes across parts of the United States. Over 49 million people affected by storm warnings. Communities in the Northeast saw upwards of 40 centimeters of snow. Sunday, there were hundreds of flight delays, cancellations, and the story continues. The biggest Texas low of the season will bring a second round of snow, a concern for already saturated areas, but the effects will be seen even closer to home. Ontario and Quebec are forecast to see their first major winter storm of the year. Heads up, Tuesday and Wednesday, those are the days to look out for. This system could dump up to 15 centimeters of snow across parts of the GTA on Tuesday, but then transitions to heavy rainfall in the afternoon. Tuesday would be a great day to work from home if you can do so. A messy system like this could make for slow and dangerous travel conditions. As we head into Wednesday, the story transitions to wind. Wind gusts throughout Ontario could reach 50 to 60 kilometers an hour, while the Huron shorelines could experience upwards of 70 kilometers an hour. Forecasters continue to keep a close watch on this system, as anticipated travel impacts could be expected.
Lots of active weather across this country, not just in Ontario. We'll start with the cold air because that's a big story. This polar air is going to start to slide south, and that is going to have a big impact across the west first and eventually the east. But temperatures like minus 33 in Yellowknife for the Northwest Territories is an indication of how cold it's going to get for you in Alberta and in Saskatchewan as well. That bit of purple continues to press eastward into next week. But in the meantime, BC, let's talk about you. We've got a big storm continuing through the overnight Monday into Tuesday with powerful winds, heavy amounts of snow as well, and not just at the highest elevations. This is your first real taste of snow this season. I know a lot of the ski hills need it, but it's going to be problematic on the roadways, especially the mountain passes. So the Coquihalla, for example, is going to see an enormous amount of snow, 20 to 40 centimeters. But the winds are going to be a big story for most across the south, including Vancouver Island and through the Juan de Fuca as well. Some of that snow makes its way over the Rockies, and you'll get a dusting, 10 to 20 centimeters. Edmonton, Saskatoon, it stays pretty dry across the south. But again, it's going to get cold in the next few days.
Storm Center has been brought to you by ServiceMaster Restore. When disaster strikes your home, count on the experts at ServiceMaster Restore for emergency restoration services.
Well, the Florida snowbirds will definitely be missing the winter storm up in Ontario and Quebec. However, you will not be escaping the severe weather. There is an enhanced risk for tornadoes for areas in the panhandle of Florida, also Georgia, and much of the Carolinas. Where you see that hatched area, that's where we can see some pretty high-end tornado activity, EF2 or higher. And it's all because of this. Along a cold front, we'll have ample moisture and instability to work with through your afternoon and evening hours as that cuts through Tampa and the Carolinas. That will begin to die out heading into Miami for your Tuesday evening and overnight. So that's why our risk will be a little bit less as you head south along the Florida coast. However, that orange region, that's where we could see some widespread severe weather activity and very gusty winds, easily exceeding 60 to 80 plus kilometers per hour. And if you think that's it, well, gear up for another weekend of active weather. Friday and Saturday, a very similar setup in store.